I just think we did a poor job of, we've been fouling a lot lately, whether we think they're fouls or not. Then we've been putting guys on the line a lot, also being spread out. But other than that, I think we did a pretty good job of, trying to guard and having each other's back. But I think we're bailing, teams out with fouling them and letting them get to the line. And then just our turnovers really, lead to a lot of teams scoring. And they got a couple transitions off that. But I would say those were the main two.
How important is it for you and the rest of the guards to crash the glass and really be dominant on the glass? I mean, it seems like rebounding has been the focal point for a big portion of the season.
Yeah, it's huge, especially when you got, our big fellas down there battling, competing, keeping, big guys off the glass, and also with, teams that shooting a lot of threes, or long rebounds. So it's just a simple thing that we can do to help. And, sometimes it's just cracking down and helping, the big guy box out and letting them get the rebound. But I think it's a huge part of our game. It helps us get out and run, helps us, limit teams to one shot. And also on the other end, crashing the glass, helps us, slow down the fast break as well. So it's definitely a big emphasis of, what we've been trying to lock in on. But, I think it's big for the guards to get back in there and help our big guys rebound.
Do you like the pace that your team's been playing at lately?
I think we can play faster. I think that contributes to, also getting, like we just talked about, getting stops and also, not fouling and making it be a free throw every time, and then at the same time, limiting them to one shot so we can be able to get out and run. So I think it's a combination of those things. But I don't think our pace has been bad, but I do think that, we can get a lot more. I think we actually been getting more possessions than other teams, even with, the amount of fouls that we've been given. But, again, I still think that, our team can play a lot faster and we'll be a lot better like that.
The defense the last two games hasn't been great, but the fact that you guys have been able to score a little bit more, is that an encouraging sign? What are you seeing on the offensive end that's really kind of, even with the defense not there, to kind of feed the fast break? What are you seeing?
I think we're believing in each other. We're letting the pass go. Obviously Paulo and Franz are doing an unbelievable job of, creating shots for each other and their teammates. Wendell's a huge part as well. I think we're all just understanding the game a little bit more and trying to play through the extra pass, making a good to great pass. And again, pushing the pace, trying to get turnovers and get out and run off of that. So I think that's been a big part.
How do you judge?
Sure, I think it's just a feel thing. I mean, I know they obviously have the numbers and everything that go to it, but I feel like for myself, you can kind of just feel like when the game is kind of slow, those moments where, we're dribbling up the court, trying to figure out what offense we want to run, or, instead of just make or miss, just getting it out and going. And I think just a feel for me, especially being out there on the court, I can feel when the game's kind of been slow and we're let the game dictate, into a half-court game. So just trying to get guys to run the floor and push the pace anytime we can.
So having said that, you've been in the league for a while. It's just a term, but can teams flip a switch and go to a different level whenever they want?
I think there's some teams that believe they can. I don't think that's a good habit or a good thing to do. But it's obviously, a few guys that are talented enough, to wake up at any given moment. But that's not, the habits that we want to have here. It's a mindset to come out and play ready and play as hard as you can while you're out there. So we don't want to have a thing where we have to flip on the switch. We want to be a thing where we're coming out from the first quarter and we're playing the same way the whole game. And that's the mindset that we have.
It seems like in the third quarter the other night versus Milwaukee, there was kind of a stretch where the deficit started to get a little bit bigger, and you had a couple buckets, you had an assist. How much pride do you take in that to kind of, when things are going the wrong way, to take things into your own hands and get that bucket, get the assist going, and get your teammates going and try to fight back in the game?
Being a point guard, I think that's one thing that I try to do, just manage the game. I feel like there's times for me to be aggressive. There's times for me to find out who has the hot hand. There's times for me to find out when a guy has not got a shot a few times down. I think that's just one thing as a point guard I try to lock in on and also try to manage throughout the game. But it's really just like like you said, a mindset thing, just going into the game from the beginning. I'm really just going out there trying to do whatever I can to win the game, wherever that is, whether that's defense picking up, whether that's passing, whether that's scoring. So I just, again, when it gets to those moments of deficits and I feel like, it's an opportunity for me to do anything, whether that's score or pass or get a steal, I'm trying to do that, no matter if it's third quarter, first quarter, end of the game.
And Goga kind of played his most impactful minutes in the last game since he's been here. Seems like he's doing a lot of talking out there on both ends of the court. Have you and your teammates picked up on that, on whether it's a screen coming on defense or cutting on offense? Have you seen him taking a vocal approach out there?
Definitely. I think that, that's our mindset just for the whole team, but for a guy that just got traded and picked up. I think that he's doing an unbelievable job of just giving himself to the team and trying to do whatever he can to impact winning. And I think that's what you're seeing. The easiest way to do that is to communicate while you're out there. So he had a great, like you said, a great impact. Crashing, setting great screens, and scoring the ball. So again, it was good to see that.
You guys have been playing more three-guard lineups recently. Just how have you felt those groups have performed in the minutes?
I think it's been pretty cool. Having Jalen out there and him being able to push the pace as well, having another guard. Also with Cole, he's been playing really well. But I think just, again, it makes that pace a little bit faster, being able to have, multiple guys who can bring it up. Not saying that, the other guys can't do that, but, these guys want to go, they want to push, they want to run, and that's what that does.
You mentioned pace. Is there anything else? Like, is there a way that you judge, three-guard lineups differently from, bigger lineups or more conventional lineups?
Sometimes. I mean, I feel like with this team, it's kind of hard to do that because I feel like we have so many interchangeable guys that, can do the same thing, can guard the same way. So I think that's the blessing that we have, being able to, when one guy comes out, put another guy out there that can do the exact same thing and no drop-off. So, me personally, I don't feel that. I feel like, obviously, yeah, there's times where certain guys match up better, but I'm confident in whoever's out there with him. So.
For the last 2.5, 3 months, you guys have done a really good job kind of stopping losing streaks from getting out of control. How important is tonight's game to keep this losing streak at 2 and start trying to build some momentum?
It's huge. Again, we're trying to get in that playing game, so we understand the stakes at hand and we understand what we have to do, and we're just taking it one game at a time. And tonight is very important, especially coming off of 2 losses, and we want to protect home court and like you said, get ready to move stuff in the right direction.